May profits be upon you. How you doing? How you doing? We're going to take a look at pound CAD. Now, why are we looking at pound CAD? Why are we looking at it? Because one is weak and one is strong. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's look at the RT money meter. The RT money meter tracks the rate of change of each currency over a 15-week period. I try to update it every week. Last week notwithstanding. But you can see that USD 2 weeks ago, the 21st of May, was at 585. Now, on the 6th, in June, on the 4th of June, we see that it is at 639. All right, it is trending up. It is gaining some strength. Conversely, pound 2 weeks ago was at minus 680, and today, the 4th of July, 4th of June, we see that pound is at minus 809. Minus 809. It is trending in the other direction. It's getting weaker. All right. Why is CAD getting stronger? All right. It has a lot to do with oil prices. As oil gains strength and, becomes more expensive. As oil moves up, so does the CAD, the strength of the CAD. Anyway, the Canadian dollar is pulling price down. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is the weekly time frame, right? The weekly. Look, how many weeks of bearishness? How many weeks? How many candles is that? All right. If we look on the monthly, we can see it a little more clearly. All right. Bearish candle after bearish candle, right? Boom. All right. Breaking these lows. Lots of momentum in those candles. Is it going lower? When the candle closes like this for the month, yeah, there's a good chance it's going to continue bearish, especially with a little to no wick on the bottom. Okay, now let's take a quick peek at WTI crude. All right, and if we look at WTI crude, we can see the mirror image. All right, the very opposite. You see all this bullishness. You see all that strength entering in, all the buyers entering in this market and just dominating, right? So I'm looking forward to next week because I see more bullishness coming. You see how prices edging towards this big drop here, all right? We're filling that wick. We're filling that wick on the way up to a monthly and weekly supply zone. All right, let's look for the opposite side of that with pound CAD, shall we? And what we can see is on the monthly, we see the bearishness. We see these big rejection wicks getting filled one after the other, right? And taking these liquidity points, taking them out, all right? Where people have stop losses who took longs, taking them all out, all right? What do you think is going to happen here? All right, price is going to take that over. Why? It's a weak low. It's a weak low. It failed to make a new high. It's a weak low. This is where it stopped. You understand? This is a weak low. This wick gets filled, all right? And just to draw price even more to it, we have relative equal lows right here, and price is probably coming down to this, the demand in these wicks. All right, now this is on the week, on the monthly. Let's move down. Let's take a look at the price action on the weekly. All right, we can see the wicks getting filled and all that good stuff. All right, what we see is that pullback. What we see is a pullback, right? After all this bearishness, see a little pause there. More bearishness to come, filling in that wick, right? Price is still heading down. We get a nice little correction here. Boom, price continues down, all right? Look at the way this candle is finishing. That's a lot of momentum. That's not just going to reverse on the next candle. No, all right? So we're going to look at the daily. And what we can see is we got some breaks of structure, all right? We got some structure that we can see. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Look at that. We moved past this low, but not past this one. Okay, that's fine. All right, we made a lower high, essentially a lower high when looking at this bearish impulse to the downside. Yeah, we were bullish for one moment, and if price would have respected this low, we would have been taking. If we would have seen bullish price action around here, we would have been taking longs. That's not what happened. We got more bearish price action there, so there was no setup. Okay. All right, let's go down to the weekly where we take care of business. All right. See that break of structure here. All right. This is we had breaks of structure. We had breaks of lows, short term and longer term lows down here. All right. Once price made this high here and gave us the high, the head and shoulders up here and flush to the downside, it's all about trying to catch a continuation trade to the downside. It's all about looking for sells. So you're hoping for a pullback to a zone, a supply zone somewhere. All right, that makes sense. All right, when price takes these takes out liquidity as it passes these points, these the lows of these wicks, you know that it's taking out liquidity, and you look for pullbacks at that point. All right. Sometimes it doesn't happen like here. It just flushed right through. Here, I would have expected this pullback. All right. And this was a time to catch a short, to get in on a short. Yeah. But here we are now. All right. What am I thinking? All right. You see this wick here? There's supply in that wick. How do I know that? How do I know? All right, because I pay attention. You got to pay attention to these wicks. There was a break of this market structure here. Yeah, it's what do you call substructure, but it's still breaking structure. And look over here to the left. This was a key level of key low. All right, a pivotal low, because from here we broke structure to the upside. This is a legitimate demand zone. You understand? It was legitimate. And oh, come on, man. Why do you do that in front of company? All right. So when price came down here, this is what I'm looking for in these cases is a flip zone. All right. This is presenting a flip zone. Got it? All right. I'm looking for price to put oops, let me make this the right color. I'm looking for price to pull back and get me in. You know, if price makes it up that high, it may only make it up this high. What? Take a peek at this that wick, so you know what I'm talking about. Look at the 1 hour. I don't go to the 1 hour. I already know what's happening there by looking at the 4 and then going to the 15. That's the way I do. All right, but you can see this is a nice looking zone of supply. Okay, all right. Price may only make it back here. All right, but here's the deal. I like supply. I like looking at supply that has taken out liquidity. You understand? There was no liquidity taken out to form this zone. All right, so if price does pull back, if it does, because WTI crude is, crude is strong and will likely make some gains next week. All right, I'm looking for price to maybe use this high as inducement to get people to take shorts early, then come back and take them out, take out their stop losses on the way up to mitigating that supply. All right, I like this supply. I like this supply better. Okay, this one was the last supply zone before this one was broken. Okay, that I like that. All right, so if price does come back, hey, that'd be great. If price gives me bearish price action on the 15-minute and 5 here, I will take it, but I would only take it with if that setup sets up. This one will probably be higher probability. Okay. This one will be higher probability, but you're gonna be wary of that one. All right. Price just might open up as a gap, and maybe not make it back up this high. It'll probably start falling from that gap, the gap higher. You understand? So that's the thing you got to look for on the open. I don't play the gap. I wait for a retest or a mitigation, and then I'll get in. All right. So that's the way I do it. And you can do it however you want, but we have a plan for either a situation. If price continues down, we're going to look for price to pull back to mitigate a supply. If it doesn't happen here, I'm looking for it to happen up here. Okay. All right. And that'll be because that's above the last break of structure. And this was the last supply. And I like that. Might take this one. All right. Lower probability, but we'll look for our setups on both of these POIs. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you gained something from it. And if you did, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit the bell icon for the notifications to catch my updates. And do leave a comment. I'd like to hear from my viewers. If you got a suggestion for improvement, I would love to hear it. All right. I'm going to leave a couple of videos in regards to the forecast for those particular markets on your screen right now. All right, I'm looking for the best setups on my hot watch list. All right, the hot list for next week, and I'm leaving them on your screen right now. And I appreciate you taking a couple of minutes out of your Saturday to check me out. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much.